What I'm going to show you now though is how to log into your Hotmaths and how to use the basic features of it. So if we just in our search engine go to www.hotmaths.com.au and press enter, it'll come up to the site here. By the way, this won't work on your iPads because a lot of the features of this site require Flash, which won't run on your iPad, so you need to access this from a laptop or a home computer. I'm going to type in my password, my username and my password. Okay, and that'll take me straight into the one I've logged in, which is Year 7 Essential Maths here. If it doesn't come up with that, if you just go to Cambridge Essential Maths for the Australian curriculum and go to Essential Maths, that's the same as what's written on the front of your textbook if you forget. Now, from here we can see all the chapters that are in our textbook. So let's have a look at the site. Okay, this is the control center where you access each different chapter. Over here on the left hand side where it says set and manage tasks, very shortly you're going to be all put into your classes, and if the teacher sets you a task, there'll be a little 1 or 2 appear here. You'll click on this and then it'll come up current tasks, and you just need to click and it'll take you straight to the task. Okay, but that hasn't been set up yet, but it will be very shortly. So let's have a little look around. Let's go into, well, we're doing angles at the moment, so that's geometry. I'm going to go into measuring angles here. So normally there's 4 things: resources, walkthrough, scorcher. I'll open up another one and we'll have a look at that in a second, and questions. This one doesn't have a scorcher activity, but that's okay. I'll show you through the ones that are here. So firstly, these things called widgets. They're really handy because they can show you how to do certain things, and they're quite interactive. So for example, here's my, I'm going to measure this angle, and it says drag the red dot to change the angle. So here we go. There's an angle there. I want to measure it, so I need to click on the protractor to place it over there. Okay, and then the last step says click to drag the magnifying glass to read the scale. So I'm going to click on that. I drag that over and I can see, yep, if I count up from 0, 10, 20, oh, that looks like about 25 approximately to me. Okay, so the widgets are very useful in you know, having guides there to help you with some of the new things you're learning, and very interactive. Here we've got the hot sheets, and sometimes teachers print these off. So hot sheets have a bunch of questions on them or little tasks, and then you can mark it with the answer sheet here. Alright, the next thing along here is called the walkthrough. So if you've learnt a new concept that lesson, so it was measuring angles in 2.2 today, you go to the walkthrough if there was some steps you might have forgot from class. So walkthrough is a really good way to refresh your memory. So here the walkthrough is explaining how we're going to measure the size of this angle. So I'm going to start the walkthrough. Okay, first of all, which picture shows the correct placement of the protractor? Well, obviously, oh no, that's not right, that's not right. Oh, look, they've made the mistake of putting it at the bottom of the protractor, not where the 0 degrees is. Oh, silly. This one's correct here. It's on 0 and the vertex is right in the corner, right in that where it should be in the protractor. So I'm going to click B, and that's how your protractor should look when you're measuring an angle. Check that. Okay, now it's going to let me go to the next step. Now here's the trick, and this is what a lot of Year 7s get wrong. Sometimes they read the wrong numbers. So remember, the way I always think about it is I'm counting up from 0. So we're going 0, 10, 20, 30. So in this particular case, I'm reading the numbers from the inside, not the numbers from the outside. So it's going to be between 30 and 40. I'm going to check that. Oh, well done. And going on now, I have to read the angle. So it looks about halfway between 30 and 40. So I'm going to say about 35. Okay. So there we go. Alright, that looks okay. We can get a summary of how we work that out. So the walkthroughs again are very helpful. If you've forgotten the steps to do something, check out the walkthroughs for that day's activity. And lastly, you've got questions. Now these are graded, so level 1 are the easiest questions, level 2, level 3, and it goes all the way up to the challenge. And your teacher will set you different activities depending on where they think you're at. So, you know, or you can go in yourself and just have a go at some of the different questions. So this one says this angle is, well, it looks like it's bigger than 90 to me, so I'm going to click that. There we go. Alright, now the last thing I want to just show you is the scorches. There's none here, so I'm going to click back to the control center. I can see I've got my chapters here and a bunch of stuff over here. Yours might look a little bit different because mine's a teacher account and yours will be a student's account, but the most useful thing for my classes will be set and manage tasks. That's where it will appear when I've set you some homework or a task to do. Now if we go into negative number, which was our last topic, I'm just going to go and add and subtract positive integers. We can see we've got our resources, walkthrough, scorcher, and questions. So this is a scorcher I'm going to show you now. Again, the resources, we've got our widgets and our hot sheets. Widgets are animations or interactive things we can use to help in our understanding. Hot sheets are, we can print out their PDFs and answer some questions, and the marking sheets are here as well. Walkthroughs, step-by-step instructions, again the questions, graded, level 1's the easiest, challenges are hardest. Now the scorcher, now my class last year really enjoyed these, they're quite good fun. So these are just going to be questions from this particular part of negative numbers, so add and subtract positive integers, they're the only type of questions I'm going to get asked. Right, I don't know why that did that, and here we are, and it's really good fun because once a few people from Caulfield do it, we can click here and we can see all the Caulfield students' results come up, and you can see how well you're going compared to some of your other students at this. So I click on go, and it's time-based, but you've also got to get the answers right. Oh, that's a pretty hard one to start with. So I've got one, oh no, but the question's just asking me for an A, B or C. Will the answer to this calculation be positive, negative, or 0? Well, I can see my negative number is bigger than my positive, so my answer will be B, negative. Okay, awesome. This one, calculate negative 9, take away another negative 4, so the answer to that is negative 13. Bingo. Alright, a similar type of question to before, but this time the positive number is bigger, so I know that's going to be A, positive. Okay, and you guys can have a go at this. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun. When you finish, just hit close. Alright, so that's the basic guide to Hotmaths. Have fun exploring that. I'm just going to log out now and see you soon.